Hello everyone, I am Hossein Azizollahi and welcome to Pragmatic Programming. In this video, we are going to create our first application. Once you start your Visual Studio, this is the first window that you will see. There are some buttons that you can choose from, but for now I will continue without code. Now we want to create our first application. Just go to the File menu and then click on the New and then Project. In here, you should choose C# and then all platform is just good. Then just click on Console App. Then Next. Let's write first application, which will be saved under this location. And the solution name is first application. The solution name. Solution is one of the Microsoft concepts which you can have a lot of projects inside a solution. Now let's just click on Next. We choose the .NET 6, which is the latest .NET version. Then click Create. Congratulations, we have built our first application. Don't worry about so many objects in around and so many windows. I will explain them. This window that you can see here, this is the main window that you will spend 90% of your time in here. This is where we write code. At the right side, we have Solution Explorer, which we can see our project inside of our solution. This is our dependencies, that we can see what dependencies have been added. This is our program CS file, which our code is actually in here. Every C# code shall be written inside a CS file. That's here in this tab. There are also other panels like Git changes or properties, which I will explain them in the other videos. For now, let's just run this application to see what we will see. Bingo, hello world. That's what we wrote actually in here. This is actually a template code, but now let's explain this line of code. Console. This is a class which has a function or method which receives a parameter called hello world, and then it ends with a semicolon, so the compiler can understand that the statement is done. If you write anything new in here, it will be considered as a new statement, like console.writeLine, I say hi, semicolon. If I don't write the semicolon, the compiler will error and say semicolon expected. So I write the semicolon, and now let's just run it for one more time. As you see, hello world, hi, while I just wrote the hello world and hi at the same line. But the point is that I use the right line, which says write this parameter in one line and then this one in another line. So if I use the enter in here, compiler doesn't care. It just performs the same output. So there's something that I want to say here. You can write your class like the console here and then write dot. Then you can see some properties, as you can see, font color, error, or some functions like beep or clear or equals. And then after you wrote your function, the function can have no parameter or some parameter. That you can see there's a lot of conditions, which we will cover these things in the future videos. Now I want to write a very simple application, not the templates. For that, we will write the namespace first application. As you can remember, every namespace can have many classes. So we will write public class application, and in here I will write our static void main function. This signature is where the compiler will look for it to find it, and then we'll start the application from here. So this is the first place that the CPU will touch. Now I'm gonna write the same thing that we had in the template code. Console.writeLine and hello world. Now let's just run it for one more time. As you see, it's the same as we had before. Now we want to improve this code. Now I want to write console.write, not line, but just a name. Now I want to console that I want to receive a name from the user. What should I write now? As you guessed it, read line, which means read whatever the user writes until the line ends, which means until you hit the enter, right? Now it reads it, but now we have to put our received name into a variable. So I will write var, which means variable name. So when you write this, as we call it equal, but in here it's just an assignment, right? It assigns whatever it receives from the console.write into the name variable as we defined it here. I will talk about the variables in the next video, but for now just know that we just defined a variable called name and we just put the received data from the user into the name variable. Now in here I would like to say hello plus name. So let's just run it to see how it goes. Name, I write Hossein Azizollahi. Enter. Hello, Hossein Azizollahi. Now, one more thing to just explain. We have some scope here. As you can see, we have a scope here which is started from here to here, which we can define many classes. Let me write one more class in here, or one more even. Class application 1, application 2, and yeah. So these are the scope which are defined by the curly braces, and in here too we have an application class which we call the application. We can actually write anything like program or anything that we just like it to write. And within this scope, which is defined by these curly braces, we can have many functions. These are error thing because of the name are the same, so they gotta be different. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you like this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you will be notified once I publish my next video. Bye.